The Heritage Foundation and its president, Kevin Roberts, are continuing to face backlash for defending Tucker Carlson's interview with Nick Fuentes. An article published by the Times of Israel is accusing Roberts and Heritage of, quote, taking the Schacht route. The reference there to Hjalmar Schacht, who served in Hitler's government but ultimately clashed with him and resigned over disagreements with where Germany was heading. But this comes after Roberts apologized for his comments where he initially defended Carlson's interview with Fuentes. You see the video there. We'll bring in Tim Orr. He is the author of that article, as well as a faith and culture commentator. Tim, thanks so much for coming on to kind of walk our viewers through this. What is this comparison to what happened in Nazi Germany and what is, in your mind, currently taking place right now?
Yeah, first of all, I think this is obviously a very serious issue. The Democratic Party chose 10 years ago to not sort of stand up against the influence of anti-Semitism, and now the Republican Party, and particularly the Heritage Foundation, has that same position. And where I draw from two people, one was Martin Niemöller. And he first kind of bought in to the Third Reich and the philosophy, but he began to see the corruption. And what he does is he took a public stand against it. And the other one, Schacht, he wasn't for it, but he did it in private. But he took a public image that affirmed it, and he tried to take care of it in private and so on. So I think really where Heritage is at right now, they need to really take a stand on this and bring about moral clarity.
Moral clarity. Let me jump in really quick if I can, because you expanded on this point, I believe, in your article. So I wanted to get the viewers that to them. You write in your piece, quote, the figure who keeps pressing into my mind as I watch Heritage is Hjalmar Schacht. The comparison is not about scale or era, it is about posture. Schacht was brilliant, respected, and deeply aware of the danger unfolding around him. He objected in private, whispered concerns in selective rooms, and convinced himself that staying aligned publicly would help him restrain the worst impulses of the system from within. He thought influence mattered more than clarity. He believed caution was wisdom. History saw something else. So are you tying this into the Heritage Foundation, specifically Kevin Roberts? Can you explain?
Yeah, yes, I am. I think that he is taking the route that was similar. And really, it goes back to the things that Tucker Carlson said and some of the rhetoric that was there. I know it put fear into a lot of Jewish people. They're seeing this, okay, it's happening again. And really, he should have denounced and being clear where, if he disagreed with Tucker Carlson, where exactly did he disagree? Because this is an institution that really shapes the conservative movement. And that we need clarity on these issues. And so I think he needed to speak directly, and I'm sure he doesn't agree with Tucker Carlson's assessment, that's my assumption, but he may voice those disagreements in private, but the public face is still there. And that is what's most concerning, I think.
And you went on to criticize Robertson further. In that article, you write this, Kevin Roberts is fully aware of the power of his words and the influence of the institution he leads. He knows that framing political conflict as a revolution invites a mentality in which compromise becomes weakness and opponents become enemies. He knows that Heritage's silence has narrative weight, and Heritage knows the difference between protecting an institution and protecting the moral health of movement. I wanted to go over this really quickly. Triple B06 control room. So Heritage Foundation, to your words there, another Heritage Foundation member has resigned over Roberts' comments in a post on X. Adam Mossoff wrote, quote, "Today I resigned my visiting fellow position at the Heritage Foundation effective immediately. This decision is based on my considered judgment of Dr. Kevin Roberts' October 30th video and the subsequent commentary interviews and meetings in the past 2 weeks." It goes on to say, "I look forward to continuing my research in patent law and my work in innovation policy as a professor and fellow at other think tanks, in addition to my new part-time position at the USPTO." Can we see more resignations in the future? Just final thoughts there.
Yeah, I think it will. The longer that they sort of trying to let the story die out, I think more resignations will emerge. And